Salutations, I'm Salutations, and today we've got realistic Zane, or something along those lines. I don't exactly know what to call this at the moment. I am prepping to be hyped for the Game Awards, so that's kind of like my priority right now. But I definitely need to record this tonight, because if I don't, I won't end up posting anything this weekend, so I'm doing this tonight. I already recorded the run, but my audio didn't work because I changed setups again, so I have to re-record the audio, so I do apologize if there's like desync between me speaking and what's showing up on the screen. But anyways, realistic Zane. So the idea behind this is not exactly a challenge build in the typical vein as we have been before. What this is going to be, it's showcasing a lot of weapons that look relatively realistic or could be feasible. In some cases, they kind of have like some attachments that are very off or whatnot. But overall, this is going to be like realistic looking weapons. I added some skins to some of them to make them either look a little bit more realistic or just because they like fit like a rich guy Zane kind of fit. And they looked cool. I don't really care about vanity very often, but they look cool. So this weapon right here, this was suggested by Sting. Go check him out. I'm gonna leave a link to his YouTube in the description, and probably pin a comment. If he comments, I'm pinning it. But he was live the other day, and I was like, hey, what kind of weapon would you want to see in this weekend's video? And he and his friend kind of like talked about it a bit, and they kind of were talking. They brought up what was it? They talked a little bit about like realistic weapons. They talked about the Blanc, and they talked about this, and I was just like, well, why not just cover all of the realistic looking weapons? So then I realized, like, well, all of them is kind of ridiculous. I'm just gonna shove a couple of them that I have and be like, hey, these look cool. Another thing with this though is when I came to the Jacobs ones, because I initially was just gonna do like Dahl and Vladoff. I found a class mod. I don't remember when I actually go over the class mod, but I'm just gonna talk about it. So the class mod had Dahl crit. It also had Jacob's crit on it, and it was just like, whoa, wait, Jacob's crit. I was looking for Dahl crit, but Jacob's also sounds like fun. I was like, whoa. So we're gonna be using both of these because Jacob's is like another realistic sort of company, being like that old Midwestern style weaponry. Got a double barrel shotgun. Look at this Hellwalker. Look at how pretty it looks. I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna actually use it in the video, but it looks awesome. I love that gold and white aesthetic. For some of the other weapons, I kind of already talked past where it would showcase the video, but for some of the other weapons, I have this leather and regret skin that has this like Damascus steel looking metal on the gun as like the metal parts of the gun, then all like the wooden parts look like leathery. When it came to realism for this, I grabbed the initiative shield because there was 0 shield capacity. So it would be like, well, I am taking more damage, and shields are not exactly realistic in this regard. Granted, taking more than like 2 or 3 bullets isn't really that realistic either. Yeah, here's the part where I was talking about the class mod. Freaking Jacob's crit, Dahl crit, like, what? Action skill cooldown rate's not exactly good for what I'm doing here, but I'll get back to that when we get to the skill tree stuff. So the initiative fits also stats-wise. It gives that reload speed, so that's really good for like your Jacob's weapons, and it's really helpful for a lot of the stuff that we do here, because not a lot of these weapons have high reload speed. Now, there were definitely some weapons on here that I was kind of shocked at how well they performed. There was the Chaos. I mean, like, the Chaos is known to be a good AR, but that kind of like overperformed in my opinion. Oh, skill tree. So how this works, we're only running one skill. We're only using one action skill. We're using Mantis Cannon, and the Mantis Cannon isn't here to kill things. It's not like it's like a solid thing. I'm not going to intentionally shoot things, but I'm also not going to intentionally not shoot things, if that makes sense. I'm not going to really like care. It's just whatever. I'm not grabbing any like the action skills. Adrenaline's there simply because the other 2 skills were shield related. Neither of them did anything. and so is freaking adrenaline. But I needed to get down the tree, so whatever. These trees look so cursed. I have 5 points in salvation. Like, what? Where else was I supposed to put those points? I don't really know. But 5 points in freaking salvation. I did want to avoid playing dirty, just simply because it doesn't seem realistic. In my head, I was kind of like still thinking about the realism thing. I was just like, well, it doesn't seem realistic for a bullet to split midair. But whatever. It's just not really that big a deal. The point of making this video was not really about the build itself. It was a lot more just to be able to talk to you guys, and that already failed. I already failed at doing that. So that tells you how I'm doing when I get back. It's been 2.5 months since I last recorded, so I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things, and I do apologize for any mess-ups here. Ooh, Rise to the Occasion synergizes really well with this shield, because it's increasing max HP, and then Rise to the Occasion is giving us that life regen based on how low the shield is. Nothing in Red Tree's top is doing anything, so I just grabbed a couple extra skills in Green Tree. Whether or not they actually do anything in this regard, whatever. Action skill stuff I was avoiding. And yeah, let's get started. I think. Yeah, let's get started. This freaking heck. Trying to remember all of the stuff that I went over is ridiculous. I did remember to record game audio, so there is game audio. I just forgot to fix my microphone settings, so I had to redo the microphone stuff. But the monocle start into using this assault rifle. I'm trying. What would be a fun name for this assault rifle that's not a curse word, so that I can actually like say it on so like sort of like the family-friendly SMG or something like that. I'm trying to think of a good name for this AR, because I'm thinking I might use it more often, because this AR really overperformed in this run. I loved it, especially since the build wasn't exactly built around it either. It's Vladoff, not Doll, so it's not getting the crit damage bonus that my Doll weapons are getting from the comm. And the rest of the stuff, nothing really. I mean, like, the build itself is just a generically good build, but I didn't really build anything specifically to this weapon. I kind of just built it in general so that it would fit with a lot of other fast firing weapons. And see right there, it's like instances like that. I don't really care. I did accidentally freaking one tap a guy with cannon, but it's not like he wouldn't have died really quickly anyways. I don't really care. So there's a lot that I want to cover, and not really a lot of time. Next thing to talk about, I guess, was where I've been the last 2.5 months. I got hit with 3 respiratory infections in a row, and I'm still recovering from the last one. So the first one was just a sinus infection, my yearly annual sinus infection, not that big a deal. The issue was there was a lot of stuff that I was doing during that time frame. Like, I was working a lot, I was still doing videos, and so I kind of just like pushed through it, and I was like, for the first like couple days. Then I realized my voice is going away. I can't record like this, and so I didn't record that weekend, because I was just like, well, the sinus infection will go away. I mean, I could get away with not recording one weekend and just take a break. That's fine. And then the next Monday came in, and I was extremely freaking sick. The sinus infection, in fact, did not feel like it went away. So I went to the doctor, and they told me, you have a, quote, really bad cold. I'm just like, okay, what's that mean? And they said that means that you get 3 days off. You should be resting. Go back home and go to bed. Just like, okay, whatever. So I go back home and I rest. The next couple days, I think it was like the Wednesday. Yeah, it was that Wednesday, because that Monday I went in. That Wednesday, I that Wednesday I go to the emergency room because I couldn't sleep. And not exactly for a not exactly for a really good reason to go to the emergency room, but I couldn't really sleep, and nothing else was open. So I went to the emergency room and was like, "Hey, I can't sleep due to my cough. Is there something that I can do about that?" And they were just like, yeah, come in here." And I get seen, and they're like, it's not a cold. You definitely don't have a cold. What you have is walking pneumonia." I'm just like, okay. I know pneumonia is like the thing of like your lungs fill with water. So what the heck is walking pneumonia? And walking pneumonia, like for a basics thing, is like it's a bacterial based infection. And I forget what variant I had, but my variant wasn't particularly contagious. But it freaking sucked. I was ambulanced to a larger hospital so that they could take care of it. I was there for a couple days, and on the first day they told me that I would be there for like a week or two. And it said that, hey, you're not exactly doing so when I first got there. And I was there for 3 days. That was it. 3 days. They were just like, yeah, no, you recovered a lot faster than what we thought you would, so we're just gonna let you go. And I'm just like, all right, bet. I called my supervisor from work. I was like, hey, I'm leaving. Come pick me up, please. And so he took me back to my car at the original hospital. And I drove back home, and I just rested at home for a couple weeks. And at the time, I felt pretty well about it. I was still not doing particularly well, but it was well enough to go to work. My voice was still dead, but I could work. It's a freaking desk job. So I went to work, and for the next week I was at work, and I was prepping a whole bunch of stuff so that I could go on vacation that I planned 6 months ago. I planned this freaking vacation 6 months ago, and I went through so much stress during that time that I was back after getting sick, just to go on that vacation, because it was like freaking 1 day from going, and I was told, hey, you might not be able to go because of nonsense. And we pulled it off. We pulled off getting all the work done and whatnot, and so I got to have to go on vacation, and that was where I was for last month, and I was still sick. I was recovering well enough, and I was well enough to actually like hang out with people and actually enjoy the vacation, but I was still coughing, and I still had some major sinus issues, and I still am suffering from those same issues right now. And so I get back for vacation, and I'm still dealing with it. It freaking sucks. But I'm all right. I'm dealing with it pretty well. I just hope this goes away soon so that I can actually like get back to get back to my full suite of work and whatnot. But that's where I've been for the last 2.5 months. Good lord. So, changes to the channel. I want to revamp the channel and the format that I use. So the normal format is I am playing Borderlands 3, and I create a build basically around like a singular weapon or like a theme or something like that. And I run Maliwan Takedown or Guardian Takedown, depending on which one fits the build more. And I play the game over and over again until I get a very, very, like, suitable video. Because I don't want to just, like, release me dying 6 times in a row to some stupid thing because I suck at the video game. that wouldn't exactly be very fun to watch. I mean, like, it would probably be fun to listen to, but it probably wouldn't be that fun to watch. So I typically record until I feel comfortable that I did well enough in the video. And then that's that. But I want to change a couple things. First, I want to change the games that I play. I don't want to just do Borderlands content. I don't want to just do Borderlands 3 content. So I do want to branch out a bit. I don't know how to start that. I'm thinking on starting with my annual Undertale playthrough, because I play Undertale one playthrough every year in December. That game helped me through some dark times in the past, and so I love to give the game an homage every year. It's just my thing. I always get very sentimental whenever I start playing that game again, or even talking about it, really. In this vein, I love that game. And so I think that would be a good start, would be playing Undertale, like recording my annual playthrough. Although I'm gonna hit that like every day, so that's gonna be like daily uploads if I do that, if that's gonna be the start. And I don't know for algorithm wise if that's gonna be the best idea. If I do it, I'm doing it that way because I would rather have the content come out the way that I want it to than hit well in the algorithm. But when it comes to other games that I've been playing recently, or looking into playing, I've been playing a lot of Dungeon Defenders. It's a game from 2011. It's like a tower defense RPG, action RPG fantasy game where you defend these crystals, and you're playing different classes that are like fantasy classes, and there's like a shooter aspect to it, a looting aspect to it. There's so much to it that I love. I love that game. I got my little brother and my dad to enjoy it, and one of my friends got me into it, and so I very much am enjoying that. I'm probably gonna get back on that later tonight. That would be something to do. Some other games that I've been thinking about would be Baba Is You. I love puzzle games. I'm not good at a lot of them, but I love puzzle games. I don't really play them too much though, just simply because I'm usually playing Borderlands. It does seem weird that I'm wanting to play other games now instead of just playing Borderlands like I have for the past like several years. I'm either playing Borderlands or like Skyrim, Terraria, and that's really about it. I haven't really played too much outside of that for longer than like a couple weeks at a time. But I want to play a lot of other games. I want to try out new games. I want to be able to like hang out and talk to more people. And so playing games that are a lot more like multiplayer active would probably be a good idea to get more people to actually like chat with and play with. Path of Exile 2 is probably one of those games. Like, Path of Exile 2 is definitely a game that I want to start up at some point. Thick Fillet is playing that right now, and I haven't really watched too much. I have been avoiding watching it because I want to experience it myself, and I kind of want that to be a YouTube thing. I don't know. We'll see. Again, Baba Is You. I got a whole bunch of games off Instant Gaming for like $1. I went on like the freaking dollar menu of video games and just went and bought a whole bunch of stuff. And I kind of want to like try out a whole bunch of small games and see how they do. I just want to try out a bunch of games and see how that goes. I'll be streaming most of them, if not all of them, in my Discord. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free to join the Discord server. Some other games that I have interest in. I mean, like, again, I brought up Skyrim earlier. I love the Elder Scrolls series. I haven't played Morrowind in a while, and that's a game that I love. But Skyrim, I have. Skyrim's the game that I have the most hours in. You would think that it's like, I talk about how much I've been playing Borderlands, and I'm just like, yeah, no, there's a game that like trumps it threefold. I have so much time into Skyrim, it is ridiculous. But I'm just like, I would love to play other games on the channel. I don't know. there's so many other games that I want to play, and I've kind of felt like I've been locking myself into playing Borderlands so much instead of playing other games, just simply because I want to make Borderlands content. But that's not, I guess that's not all I want to do anymore. So yeah. I never really wanted to just be a Borderlands only YouTuber. I did want to do a lot of other games. I just was, when I was locked in on the Borderlands stuff, that was where I was able to talk to a lot of people. I was getting a lot of interaction. People were chatting with me, and I was meeting new people, and I was just like, well, this is awesome. I'm actually like getting to play with people and talk with people that I don't know, that I met through YouTube. And when it comes down to it, it's not just Borderlands that I want to play with people. I want to play other games like Terraria, Minecraft. I'm starting up a Minecraft server, private server. So don't get your hopes up. I'm not starting up one for the YouTube channel or anything. Maybe in the future, but not right now. I'm starting up a private Minecraft server, and well, first off, I'm currently making a Minecraft mod pack. When it comes to that, I'm making a Minecraft mod pack. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm an amateur when it comes to making Minecraft mod packs, and I very much am trying my best to make this for a group of friends. We've been running into like memory leak issues. I only play on like Minecraft version 1.16.5, so I've been running into this like memory leak issue with the mod pack, and I don't exactly know how to fix it. But yeah, that's been a thing. Mostly like anime related. There's a lot of anime stuff in that mod pack. There's some other things here. There's just so much that's gone on recently too. Like the political sphere, because I originally like started talking about politics a lot when I was starting off. There's a lot of like political stuff that's gone on, like a whole entire election that I would love to like talk about, because I feel like there's a lot of people who really got polarized by this election that it just doesn't really make sense to. There's not a definitive right or wrong answer to a lot of things. In a lot of cases, there is nuance, especially when it comes to politics. And so being able to see and decipher what nuance exists and whether or not it's actually relevant to the topic is something that I would love to explore and talk about. But I'm getting a little off track. Games that I like to play. I got a whole bunch of indie games, and I kind of want to try them out. When it comes to Borderlands types, I currently am releasing 3 videos a week on Borderlands, and I'm thinking about reducing that to either two videos a week on Borderlands and only 1 on Borderlands 3, and maybe a video a week on another Borderlands game. Like, I haven't been able to get myself through a pre-sequel playthrough, and it has, like, I got through 1, but that was because my friends kind of forced me to finish it. And I was playing Nisha, and I very much love Jacob's Pistols, and so I kind of just like omni-cannon bagging my way through everything and kind of just ignored the actual gameplay and build crafting of the game. And that's usually my favorite part of a Borderlands game. I just couldn't really get into it, and so I want to try again with a more open mind and see if I could actually enjoy the game. And going back to Borderlands 2 would be also fun. I really want to do Borderlands 1 stuff as well. Like, watching Fierce Chimera play and give tips about Borderlands 1 has been super fun, and it's got me interested in the game again. I don't really like doing like the meta or doing the builds everybody else posts. And so I'm kind of want to just like start figuring out and build crafting for BL1, because I don't think I've ever like used a set build in that game before. I'm pretty sure the most close to that I did was Trespasser, the Trespasser Mordecai build, and it was for PvP. and it was just because like all of my friends that I was playing with at the time ran like the modded infinite shields on 360, and we would just run PvP, and I would just be like, eh, skip you, I can trespass through your shield, your infinite shield means nothing to me. And we would just do stupid stuff like that. And so it's like, I don't think I've really like built a build in BL1, and that sounds like fun. I want to go back and do that. There's a lot of things I just want to go and try. I don't know how YouTube's gonna like it. I really don't think YouTube's gonna like it at all. Just simply because I built a formula of Borderlands 3, Borderlands 3, Borderlands 3. So it's gonna be really difficult to try and transition that into a more broad channel. Although playthrough content might be able to help fix that issue. I understand that like playthroughs themselves aren't doing really well on YouTube right now, but the video style of a playthrough is still working. People are doing like the 100 days challenges and stuff, and they would like super cut it into a short, and then they would post another short that is another 100 day supercut of the same game the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And it's just like, okay, so now you have flooded you flooded YouTube with this category, and it's still working relatively. There's still a lot of people who are making videos in that formula. And the formula of one of those videos is just as simple as a three-part system of, here is the intro, here is the intro covers like the explanation of what the rest of the video is going to be. The meat of the video is a lot of just, hey, this was a milestone we hit. Hey, this was a milestone we hit. Hey, this was a milestone we hit. Dopamine, 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 dopamine. And realistically, that's what a playthrough video does. Now, of course, with a playthrough video, it's a lot more difficult to have a lot of those like dopamine hits be cut into it. And I don't really like posting videos that way. That's why I do Maliwan Takedown in these, because like there's no need for that system. I just run one piece of content and boom. But when it comes to that, it's like that's really what gets popular on YouTube. And then there's the conclusion of the video where it's like a recap of what happened, and then talking about like how you can support their channel or whatnot. And that's usually the formula that goes around for like the really popular gaming style videos today. Either that, or you're hopping on the trend of giving an opinion on a video game, or giving an opinion on politics while playing a video game. And it's like super controversial, and you're just there to get hate clicks, and then all of a sudden that makes YouTube think that you're a star, and then you get good views off of that. And you become super popular, and it's like, okay. And I'm not really interested in that either. If that happens to happen because I talk about a political topic and people think it's controversial, cool, whatever. I don't really care. That's not why I do this. All right. Look at how fast Chaos freaking shreds Wotan. Like, what? Excuse me? Excuse me? Good lord. I love this build. This was so much fun to play. This was so like, it wasn't exactly that intensive on the building side. There wasn't much that I did. I was like, hey, let's make a spec that doesn't include most action skill stuff and would probably fit these weapons, sorta. And then just like threw some items on and was like, oh, that's cool. I usually use that. Oh, that's cool. I don't feel like re-rolling that. Like the P-Date, I didn't feel like re-rolling it. I should have, realistically. I should have re-rolled it, but I just didn't. Oh, here I was trying to erase her with the Unforgiven, and it just wasn't working. I couldn't get the shot. I just couldn't get the shot to line up. And then I think I switched to the Chaos and then finish off the phase. Good lord. Big. This sucks. dealing with this side of stuff sucks. For multiple months in a row is ridiculous. But whatever. Some other games that I've been really enjoying have been Persona. I was talking about this a bit ago. I was playing Persona 5. I'm still in the middle of that playthrough. I never actually finished it. The Pokemon stuff. I loved doing the Pokemon League. That was fun. I couldn't go through all the way just simply because I got sick and I had to bow out. I couldn't participate anymore because I was just too sick to play, which sucked. I really wanted to, and especially with like so much help that I got. Shout out to Keen Dog for helping me with like helping me learn a bit. Next year, I think there's plans for another league, and there's potential for a more public invite. So stay tuned for that. You may find that interesting if that comes about for you. If that comes about and you guys end up liking that kind of thing. Oh, also, I would love to like do recording sessions of just like playing against my friends in this Pokemon stuff, because I loved learning about it. I don't want to play an actual Pokemon game because I don't want to. I play Borderlands a lot, but I don't really want to grind out the Pokemon stuff. I don't like the combat of the Pokemon games enough for me to want to grind it, but I love the build crafting of the game, and so that alone might be enough for me to be like, hey, I might actually like try out a Pokemon game, maybe, who knows. But I mostly just want to hang out with people and try and like do some stuff on Pokemon Showdown. Because I genuinely enjoyed that stuff. That was so much fun. Just like sit down, like rematch, and just like play over and over again for like a little bit. That does sound like a lot of fun. What are some other games that I want to like, get into right now? I brought up Baba Azir, I brought up the indie games, I brought up Path of Exile 2. I would love to do more Baldur's Gate stuff. I haven't played Baldur's Gate in a while. I love Dungeons and Dragons. It's... Oh, that's in person. Okay. I love Dungeons and Dragons, and so Baldur's Gate was like a match made in heaven. I love that game. I've only done 2 playthroughs, but I just... The only issue with me playing the game is there's just so much. Alright, that's a takedown confirmed, and I do apologize for like cutting this off really quickly, but I need to go hit this watch party, so see y'all in the next video. Bye!